Can we just start the spoilers
Let's
now?
start the
I
spoilers.
have something I really need to say.
I'm going to cite the spoilers, and I'm going to start it right now here.
Wait.
We're going to start with the ending.
Okay, what the fuck are you talking about? Nothing happens the last 5 minutes.
Okay.
He doesn't like the fact that they get together. Well, get together, quote unquote.
Okay, here's the thing.
Explain.
I was reading up so much afterwards, and it just made me more and more furious. Because when I watched it, I was like, okay, like, that was an ending. It's very kind of open-ended with Hikari's story, in a way.
Yeah.
In a way, I said, okay, that's kind of open-ended. And then I started reading up, and everyone's like, okay, so basically Muna just goes like, okay, I'm over, like, I guess I have to get over him, and then just decides to get over him. And...
Oh, that girl? Okay.
And then I immediately went...
Wait, over Hikari?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She basically goes...
Yeah.
And then that's when I got really mad. And okay.
But they hinted at that earlier.
Here's the thing about that. And here's the reason why it kind of ruined it for me. Yes, part of it ruined it with me that, like, Monica technically won in the end, because that infuriated me.
He really hates Monica, I guess.
I mean,
that seems like a personal thing, though.
No, here's the thing. That's what I knew you guys would say. Like, from a personal standpoint, yes, it is a personal thing that I'm pissed that Monica technically won in the end. But in my opinion, Muna is A, the better written character, B, like, so much better.
Andrew,
C, there's so much more.
When do best girls win?
No, but here's
does the best girl win?
No, here's the thing.
Never.
Okay, here's the thing.
That is...
Now getting over that issue that she didn't win, I said, okay, I can't be mad about that she didn't win. And then what I got mad about is how they shoehorned her aside at the end. And, like,
What do you mean?
Because the thing is, what I would have wanted was, like, at least a confrontation or at least a conversation about it.
There was a confrontation.
No, afterwards.
After the last scene with Monica and Hikari?
No.
You wanted one with
No.
Muna?
What I wanted was before the ending part, before that whole epilogue bit, and after everything happened, I would have wanted at least an acknowledgement and then a conversation about it where then it makes sense where she goes, okay, like, move on. Because the thing is, Hikari does find out about it, yes. But then he does nothing about it. And from all the rest of the thing where I actually liked his character, I liked the bits where he actually, like, when,
I love how we alienated all our cautious viewers who haven't seen, like, the thing, but they're like, spoilers, by going straight to the ending.
Chisaki, when, like, he goes back and has a conversation with her and actually talks to her about it. I wanted that at least with Muna, where at least if we were going to have it where he ends up with Monica in the end, I would have preferred if they did a little thing with Muna, because she's so much of a better written character. She's the best written character in this entire show.
I completely agree with you on that point.
That was a terrible way to start this episode, but okay.
No, because
anyways.
Because that's the thing. I've been holding that in for so long.
Yeah, but there's so many people listening there. It's just like, oh, I wonder if I should watch this show. Oh, I'll keep watching. This might be entertaining. Oh, never mind. They're spoiling the ending right now.
I already said, I'm going to start at the ending.
No, we told them to watch the first one.
And the thing is, if you
watch the first video.
Okay, whatever, fine.
But I'm starting there because literally, like, that's the place where we have to start.
Are we working backwards then?
Yeah, we're gonna work.
I guess
because I have issues before that.
Because the thing is,
she is a side character.
She's a side character.
Why was she such a why was she such a like
character.
whole god thing at the end? Like, she's the new sacrifice now. She's super
She's
important.
She's a side character that turned into a main character.
And then they don't give her any attention at the end.
And that's what pissed me off. I was so mad about that because you do all this stuff with her character. Excellent stuff with her character, and then you don't end it. It's like...
Okay, Miuna's great. She's my favorite character. I love her. I love everything they did with her. But the show needs to start the same way that the show ended. The show starts with Hikari and Monica. The show ends with Hikari and Monica. And that's the way it's going to be, and that's the way it needs to be. I don't care about
the status quo. Amen. Praise the Lord.
Yeah. The thing is, I read on the ending where everyone's like, oh, wow, that was a perfect ending. Everything ended up happy. I'm like, no, it didn't.
I don't.
For me.
No, everything, honestly, the ending didn't mean anything to me.
I thought I'm not too happy.
I'm not a big person. I would have liked it if it was actually a little bit sadder. I agree with you there.
Because the thing is, everyone was like, "Oh man, this show is such a breath of fresh air," because it ended happy, and I was so mad because I was like, "No," because of that, I immediately just it dropped so many points down my list where I was literally bawling my eyes out on those first, like up until literally I was bawling my eyes out.
Yeah.
And then the minute Monica comes back onto screen, tears just stop, and I immediately just go, "Wow. You just dropped the ball."
Yeah.
Like, you had, like, I prefer it if they ended it after the whole Ofaneki, all that whole deal, they're all reunioning on the iceberg, and then just end it there.
See, you just really didn't want Monica to win.
Well,
That's what I'm getting from this.
My favorite section of this entire show
was
episode 14, to when Monica wakes up.
It's such a better story right there. And then that's my second point. Where, remember how I said it's an M?
Yeah.
It starts off, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Then you get to 13, and then it starts getting, okay, this is getting something. Do the time skip immediately. You guys saw my messages.
Yeah.
The minute that opening played, I said,
I love that
"Oh
opening,
my
by
god!"
the way.
Like,
I really like that
I wish you
opening.
guys were there. Where I was like, "Oh man, oh yeah,
Yeah.
do this." And then it was doing it, and then I was enjoying it so much. And then, like,
is this why you said the second half gets better? Just because they introduce 2 new characters that are like way better? The 2 girls, like, they grow up.
Well, my 2 favorite characters are Miuna's my favorite because she's great. But I really like Grown Up Chisagi. The first time
she gets really whiny.
The first time I watched it through, I didn't like her that much. But for some reason, the second time when I rewatched, in the first half I had more of an appreciation for her, and in the second half I definitely had.
Okay, wait.
Here's the thing. I didn't mind her. She was okay. But if she jumped in the water and tried to be a sacrifice, I was going to, like, cheer for her death.
Yeah.
Is all I can say. Because that would be the most retarded move, like, in existence.
Okay.
It is selfish and it is stupid for her to do something like that. Yeah. And she knows someone would try to save her if that happened.
Yeah.
Right? But basically, here's the thing. I think what she wanted was to, like, go down there and hibernate for 5 years so she would be the same age as everyone again.
At what point in time is this?
It's when Sumugu's Sumugu and the blonde dude, I forgot his name, were like, Kaname, were like, don't jump in there.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
I know you want to.
I'm really glad she didn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm also glad she didn't, but I think
so.
She is. One of the reasons I really like her is I feel like she finally got past the point where she feels like she needs to rejoin her group.
No, yeah, and that's where I started to appreciate her character more. Where I didn't like her character at first, and then when I got to the end, that's when I started appreciating it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, again, let me finish off my thought earlier, where it was the M, where that 14 through, I looked at it when Connor got to it was around 19.
Yeah.
14 through 19, where Monica actually wakes up. 14 through 19, I was having a hell of an enjoyment with the show, and I was really liking where I was going. I was sitting with, like, my family was watching a movie, and then I was like, well, I need to watch this sometime. So I turned it on and started watching it, and after 2 episodes, I had to shut it off because I was tearing up. And I was like, I can't be tearing up in front of my family. So I just turned on, like, something else. And I was really, really having a lot of enjoyment with it. And then, minute Monica comes back onto the screen, like, all my interest just drops.
So then from the end to the beginning, and now we're in the middle.
And then we continue, and then it gets to those last couple episodes where things are starting to resolve itself.
Yeah.
And I started enjoying it because, again, tears in my eyes. I was like, man, they're doing, like, moment to moment, it was doing a really good job with it, with the emotions and the feelings. Mm-hmm. And then just at the end where they just drop it off, I was like, man, I thought of a better ending that involved Monica, like sacrificing herself in the end, and I was like, I'd rather
and then Best Girl winning.
Yeah.
Okay, to be honest though, she never had a chance from the beginning. No, Miuna, she never had a chance right from the start.
Here's the thing the thing is, where Hikari is saving Miuna, he comes to a realization of her feelings, and comes to the appreciation of it. And when I got to that, I thought, okay, maybe he's starting to turn a little here.
He sees her as a woman and wants to bang her.
But here's the thing. I literally sat there and I was like, I felt like he actually, like, that's the thing where I was like, I felt like he kind of was turning there. And then they kind of just dropped off that point where I was like, if they had a conversation about it, if they had a talk about it, like, in between those two moments, and wrap up her story without her shoehorned ending, I've been a lot appreciating. Because I agree with some of those people. What?
Sorry.
No.
That was just a...
But the thing is, I agree with a lot of people on the Reddit where they're like, wow, didn't you just get the shaft right there?
Stop, Dawson. That's mean.
What?
You said I'd be a lot appreciating.
You know my grammar.
I know.
It was kind of funny. But I'm just laughing because Dawson's laughing in all honesty.
Sorry, I can't.
No, it's fine.
This is the first time I've seen him break like this.
I just wasn't expecting it. And it stood out to me personally so much. It was like it was calling out to me.
But
Continue.
I would have been more appreciative of the ending. If they just, I would have liked the whole ending bit if they just added that bit in. Yeah. Because I agree with some of the people where she totally got the shaft at the end. Where, they built up all this stuff, and then they didn't.
You mean she didn't get the shaft at the end?
No, I even said that. I wouldn't have mind him ending with Monica if at least they had more of a closure with her story. Because her story...
Here's the thing.
Her story is the main part of the second half.
2 tangents I can go off of this.
Okay.
Flip a coin, heads or tails, just say one.
State them both, I'll pick.
Okay, one case. Oh, I forgot the second one. I'll just go with this one.
Okay. Let's roll with it.
Okay. There was closure for her. Possibly. Do you remember how I said at the beginning all the characters come in this perfect little conga line of no one loving each other back?
Yeah.
And then within an episode, it goes straight from that to literally everyone turns around and now you have matching pairs and it's perfect.
Yeah.
Everyone has their lover. We're good. Cut and dry. Guess who she has? That stupid boy who's been crushing on her from the beginning.
No, she doesn't!
She totally does. She, the other girl even says, oh, are you going to reevaluate your feelings towards him now and shit like that? Oh, I just saw the other tangent, but I'll think about that later. But literally, it just...
No, again.
It goes from,
Again.
No one likes each other. 10 minutes later, everyone likes each other back.
Again, like I said, I don't mind that ending. The only issue I have is I wish there was a little bit more, give it a minute to 2 minutes to even, just a conversation.
But they didn't build up anything else, so there wouldn't be any closure to that stuff.
No, they built it up during that whole last moment where he finds out, and then I was like, I want you to just...
Say what? What would they say to each other?
I don't know, but say something. And if they did, I would have been more appreciative. Because that's what I thought it was building up to. Him realizing that, and then him going, okay, I need to do what I did with, Chisaki. I don't even remember her name. I'm just going to say Chisaki.
Is it Chisaki? I'm pretty sure it's Chisaki.
I only know it's Chi something. But basically, I'm going to do it and have a conversation with her. Because that's what he did 12 episodes ago. He sat down and had a conversation with it. And I'd rather, I'd want him to just have that conversation.
By the way,
to come to terms to
how awkward do you think it would be if it's just when it's those two living at home from now on, together?
Oh, Miyuna and Hikari? No, the sea people woke up, right?
Yeah. Wait, so he's not staying at his sister's house anymore?
No,
he's going back to the sea.
Damn.
No, that's what happens. At the end, he's living with his dad again in the sea.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They didn't really say that, but I'm sure that's implied.
It was implied. Yeah. He always goes back to the sea. Mm-hmm. That's where his heart is.
Okay. Quick thing. Speaking of a character getting thrown aside, what the fuck happened to Sumugu and her?
Oh.
Literally, it just turns into, I never liked him the whole time.
No, the way that they state that, I actually, when you said that, I decided to save it till now.
Okay.
Is that, if you see the way the conversation goes, is that when she first met Sumugu, it's her whole entire thing about land and sea.
This is Monica, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
It's her whole entire metaphor about land and sea, where Sumugu is the land and Hikari is the sea.
Okay.
Where when she came onto land, it's this bright new world and this whole new thing. And Sumugu is the representation of land. And her feelings towards Sumugu was this whole appreciation of the whole land scenario.
Okay.
But then, as she said it, her heart belongs to the sea. Where her home is always at the sea with Hikari.
What does that literally mean, though?
Literally, she's always, since a long time ago, she's had really close feelings with Hikari. Mm-hmm. But as she moves on to the land, she meets Sumugu, and she's like, oh my god, I'm crushing so hard on him right now. but that's all it is. She's crushing on him really hard, and he's new and he's exciting, but
he's not old person back there.
Yeah, she's so much more comfortable with Hickory, and she actually likes
Hickory's
Hickory.
that great guy who will listen to all your stories about that last asshole that broke your heart.
Exactly.
Before moving on to another asshole and then coming back to Hickory and telling him how the last asshole broke her heart.
Exactly, except she
Hickory
doesn't go
is
all
the
the
friend
way.
zone's dream. Is
Exactly.
Which is why I got so mad at the ending, because I literally was like, Yuna is such a bad character. She
But they
deserves
don't-
so much more.
I feel like they kind of rush too. They just go, oh yeah, I love that old reliable C, you know.
I just thought that ending was rushed.
And they didn't even she doesn't. There's no point where they actually show her losing her feelings for Sumugu. She just has them and then she doesn't.
Well, she just comes to the realization that it was never anything extremely strong. Like, I don't think they were ever really strong feelings. It was just her meeting this new guy, and he was exciting, and she was excited about him.
Mm-hmm.
And it never went beyond that, whereas her feelings for Hickory have, for a long time, been beyond that.
Either I don't understand
don't think it
love
was-
or the writer doesn't.
I just don't.
People don't
okay.
just 180
Okay,
on that stuff
what I
without
totally
a
disliked was
development
when I
happening.
went onto the Reddit and everyone was like, "Yay, best girl won," and I'm like, "No!" I was like,
Did they? I feel like I read the post from that
There was a
last
bunch of
subreddit,
people-
and I saw a lot of people who were like, God damn it.
There was a lot of people who were happy that like Monica.
My
like,
favorite part was that episode 16 or an episode after Monica comes back. They go, Monica got annoying, and I'm like, really? She just got annoying? She just started being annoying
It
now.
happened Yeah. I always found her annoying.
I just
but
didn't like Monica. Like, her
Oh, and she's
character-
still
honestly,
perfect.
I mean,
She's the
Monica's the,
weakest-
reason
she's
this show
the-
isn't a 10 out of 10 for me.
she's
So
such
you
a weak
guys-
character. She's such a weak character.
So the physics
Okay, we
aren't-
should talk about something interesting besides just bashing on Monica constantly.
She's such
There's a
weak
lot more
character.
to
I'm
talk
trying. I am
There's a
trying.
lot more to talk about here. There's the other girl, blonde-haired girl, who
Oh, she's
despite
fine. She's
seeming
fine.
bitchy is actually really cool.
She's fine.
Like, I like her. I don't like her relationship.
With
I like
the
the
dude,
relationship.
It was nothing. When the first time they met, I go, did these people know each other from before? Because they're not acting like they just met each other. Right? I feel like they keep skipping steps with those two.
Wait, but they did meet each other before.
They did? They knew each other?
Connor.
No,
Wait.
no. He's talking about in the first 13.
In the first 13?
Yeah, when they first met.
Oh.
I was like, wait, do these people know each other? Because the
No.
way they treated each other, he goes, I saw you betraying my friend. Shouldn't she have gone, who the fuck are you? Like, I never met you before. And then he pats her on the head. It's like, did they meet? Was there a conversation between these two?
No.
It
It's
just
just the
felt,
type of...
everything between them just feels awkward to me and like
Oh,
not.
I felt that was
interaction.
fine. Like,
Yeah.
the thing about
I
this is
didn't
the
have
only
that
reason
like a
why I
personal
keep
thing.
focusing
Yeah.
on this whole thing is that was my only real complaint that totally knocked it down 2 points. Like, I thought everything else was fine. Like, that whole relationship was fine. Like, I
Yeah.
wanted that to happen. Like, I was
I
like,
felt
okay,
like it was
that was the
a very quick resolution, but I felt like I would have been mad if they spent any more time on
Yeah,
it.
because I like the whole thing where, like, I like that whole thing where it was like, I'm so focused on this that I didn't know girl behind me. Like, I like that whole thing. And I wish that was the whole thing that I went with Hickory, where it was like, oh, I've been so focused on this, I didn't know this person behind me.
Hmm.
Which he started to get towards the end, and then, never
Yeah.
closed that off. But
Wow.
anyway, see, the thing is, if they had a similar, that's the thought that I was trying to think, where, like, I wished Hickory's story was similar to Kaname's, because I thought that's where it was headed for.
I would have been mad if they did that, though, because then they would have done the same thing twice, and that's just bad writing.
Yeah, this show would never do that.
He was getting really mad about the twiceness. See, the thing is,
There was a
What?
point where I was just saying, there's more like conflicts you can do with a relationship than unrequited love. Like, Jesus Christ, how many times are they going to do unrequited love?
I mean, it's like what this show was from the...
I know. And then they added more.
Yeah. This show was, we have a huge knot of people, and they all have feelings going in strange directions here.
Strange.
And we're going to
directions.
take... And the first half is just solidifying this knot, and then we're going to throw it on ice.
It's not a knot, it's a line. It is a conga line.
I think it's more of a knot.
I think it's more of a knot.
Where was the complications when we started?
Well, because the thing is, what's her face? Monica always had feelings for Hikari.
Yeah, she did from the beginning.
It didn't seem like that. That we didn't have that information at the beginning.
Yeah.
They
You
added
don't.
that. They kind of added that later.
Okay.
That was not
Whoa.
retcon. Monica herself didn't even know.
I need to ask this of you.
Then it didn't exist. Then
That was the
No.
thing. That was the thing that now that you remind me of. Okay, when I was in the car with you and Connor, other Connor, not the one here, you guys are like, "Oh, that twist at the end, like in the second half, so good," and I went, "Okay," and then I sat through that second half. I was like, "Where's the twist?"
Oh, the twist was people waking up at different times, I think. I don't know. I don't remember.
I thought the twist was at the half. I thought that's what the actual twist was.
No, you guys already knew about the twist. We just forgot that you knew about the twist and was scared of spoiling things.
Okay.
So the twist is that they had to go to sleep.
So the whole entire
Yeah.
time I was sitting
Got
there
it.
going like, okay,
What's
where's the twist?
The
What's
second
the
half
twist?
is the twist.
Sorry about that. The second half itself is entirely the
And
twist.
then I was like, oh wait, so he ends up with Monica. Okay, that's a twist.
I have a feeling Me's just gonna be bringing up points, and then you guys going, nah.
I mean, okay, what was the point you just brought up?
And then the other thing that I
Oh.
have to say,
Okay.
I'm so mad, Dawson, because when Connor got to the point where it reveals that Monica actually had feelings for Hikari the whole time, like Connor was like, "Holy shit, really?" And like he didn't realize
Are
it.
they really gonna do that? Is
And
what I
then
was thinking.
for me, you guys said that, like you told me that while we were in the car, and then I immediately, when I went through the rest of that whole second half, I was like, oh, okay.
This makes sense.
This makes sense, but then I was like, I'd rather have that. Oh my god!
That moment of like, oh my god, yeah.
Oh my god, you're dropping the ball so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I feel to do that twist, they like sacrificed ever building up to that twist at all.
Yeah. So again, I'm saddened by that car ride I had with you and Connor
because it
kinda
ruined a few things.
It kind of
I'm sorry.
ruined what it could have been better. I wouldn't have been expecting like a huge twist.
Yeah. I just got really excited with that time skip because it's my favorite time skip because I think it
There's
made
a
things
lot better time skips.
it states some.
The
Future
Yuki
Berserk
Hoarder.
time skip.
Future Berserk.
We'll get to
It's not
that.
a time skip.
We'll get to that.
It's gonna be a
It's
time
a world skip.
We'll get-
Oh, you're talking about
We'll
Future
get to
Berserk.
Wait, no, stop.
We'll
stop.
talk
because
about
we
that.
keep doing
It
actual
can't
Berserk
be a time skip
spoilers.
if it hasn't happened.
Okay. Now talking about the Yuki Hoarder time skip's amazing.
UQ holder time
The
skip?
Negima to Yuki Hoarder time skip.
That's not a time skip.
That's a
That's
time
a new manga.
Okay. The 20th Century Boys time skip's amazing.
Spoilers.
But that's like 6 time skips. Because they handle
Spoilers.
time skips better than any other thing I've ever seen.
Same
Haven't read it,
JoJo.
so I can't talk about it.
JoJo is a good time skip.
Jo-
Oh yeah, I
Like,
gotta
it's
ask you
different
about that when we get
series
to that.
Can those even count? Are you talking about between parts?
Yeah.
That doesn't count
I
as
don't-
a time skip.
Part 1 and 2 are the same anime.
But for the
I'm
manga,
reading it, and they're separate
We're fine,
mangas,
guys.
so...
Okay, let me think again. What's a good time skip? I'd have to grab
Like-
my phone to just like.
Because I'm like talking about specifically time skips within a show. Like,
Isn't
Okay.
every
lots of
time
things
skip a
do-
spoiler? Why are we talking about this?
Because the thing is, the reason why I like 20th Century Boys is because it does a lot. It does
Yeah.
the same thing with this, where they olden up the characters
Yeah,
and then they introduce new casts. But they
this
do
one
that
they
6
don't own up
times.
all the characters.
that's
they own
what
up
I
some of
thought
the
was
characters.
really interesting. Like, every other
I
time
just
skip's
thought-
like, okay, we're gonna jump forward, and...
I just thought
Some
they wanted
people
to
are
ask
gonna be-
weird
Hey, you know
questions
what else
about
did?
pedophilia,
Hey, you know what else
honestly.
did it? You know what else did this?
Oh yeah,
time
did
skip?
you have a problem with...
Oh, I had a problem.
Oh,
with
okay.
Chisaki and
She needs to keep her fucking
Go
pedo-ass
for it.
pussy off
Go
that
for
dude.
it. Well, I look up some time skips.
Honestly, I don't...
I like how they like pushed her forward just so they can go, okay, no, we're gonna put her with Sumagu now. We are forcing her on Sumagu. We are forcing Sumagu on her by basically taking away everyone else. That was just one of the many ways they had to like turn
Yeah.
the conga line into pairs.
Well, no, I thought that was what made it was a completely different reason for that. It's not that they want to put her with Sumigo, it's that she's like the one character who was super obsessed with everybody staying together and things not changing, and she was the one who had to deal with
Which is
changing
fine.
without other people, which is what I thought made her extremely interesting.
Yeah. But at the same time, how convenient is it that she
stay
totally
with Sumugu?
lost? Yeah, said that the boy she's obsessed over is now unobtainable to her because he's 5 years younger and a child.
Can you count the Anohana time skip as a time skip? Oh no,
No,
because it happens before.
That's a flashback. God, I'm terrible.
Berserk time skip from the Golden Age to
flashback.
Flashback.
Yeah, the entire Golden Age was.
If it wasn't for the prologue, it's a.
Okay,
I forget what it's called. It's like a window. They have like a term in writing that kind of does that.
5 centimeters per second. And that's 3 stories.
That's 3
stories at a time.
Sometimes it's a single movie, but sometimes they divide it into 3.
Yeah.
Berserk's like Frankenstein in the story progression way.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, I can't say time skip because
It's spoilers.
No, because you don't like Code Geass.
Oh, do they time skip in that?
Yeah, Code
Why
Geass.
is this a big
Because Code
discussion?
Geass to R2 is from the first one to the second season is a time skip.
Separate seasons. Oh wait, no. Separate seasons. I can't argue.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
it's a
that
2-year
counts
time
as a
skip.
time skip.
It's a 2-year time skip. Or is it a year time skip? I don't remember.
I'll start on the artwork for the time skip tangent video.
But can you keep talking about pedophilia, girl?
Oh my god, no, okay, it wasn't that bad. She stopped. She went, okay, never mind, I won't do it. Right?
Yeah.
She goes, oh, I liked him, and I'm like, no, don't you fucking dare.
No,
go
but
for
I
it.
liked her whole entire point where it was, hey, I like him, but the only reason why I like him is because I felt like since everyone else got held back in time and I'm the only one who got forward, I'm not allowed to move forward.
I like that likes Monik.
No, but I like that. See, the thing is when
Such
she's
a cheater mindset, man.
So the thing is when she got to when we get to the Sumagu part, I really appreciated that because she's like the reason why she's holding back her feelings for Sumagu.
She has good parts. Like I do like her in the second half, and she has like a lot of good like reasonings and conflicts and stuff she has to handle.
You just found the whole.
I just found like no, the way that the writers handle all this stuff. Just there's so many conveniences and so many perfect turnouts. Like nothing was messy. It just happened to like perfectly fit into place whenever they wanted it to.
Well, I'd argue that instead, that's why I called it. Part of the reason why I call it a knot in the beginning is because the whole point of the knot is that you're going to untangle the knot.
Okay.
I mean,
Oh, I just thought of another good one. 4.
4.
I'm at 4 now.
Oh. But
keep going, and then when you guys end off, I'll name the
because
timestamps.
you think all these characters don't want anything to do with each other, right? So you have these conflicts. You're like, okay, we're set up this way. We know this character likes this character, likes this character, likes this character, likes this character, or so we thought, right? Yeah. But they kind of, it almost feels like an ass-pull. Like, I know it's not since it's such a main point, but it feels like to me an ass-pull because like Monica just turns around. And after all that shit going, oh, I don't understand, and Hikari pushing him away and everything else, and all her feelings towards Sumagu, all the sacrifices she made just to impress him, right? For her to suddenly turn around and go, no, I like you, you're the more dependable. Oh, God, what are you doing? Okay. Cool.
Keep going. You're listening.
You're the more dependable one. That's fine. But, oh, he's drawing one out, isn't he?
Oh, you're drawing this out. Are you gonna visually show this, Dawson?
It was okay. Yeah,
I'll make this look better, and we can put it up.
Okay. You had the blonde guy in the back, right? He had no one who loved him, right? He liked the blue-haired girl.
Are you trying to prove that this is a line?
Yeah, isn't that what Dawson's trying to disprove right now with the art? With his he liked the blue-haired girl, who liked the main character, who liked the main girl, who liked Sumagu.
No, but she liked main.
She liked not at the time.
If she always had feelings.
If she didn't know it,
she always had feelings,
and we didn't know it, and there were no hints towards it. It didn't exist. That is something that the writers changed, or they didn't change it later. They were planning on like revealing it later, but at the time, in our context, that didn't exist. It was a line to us, right? And then they pulled whatever they needed to do to turn like the correct amount of characters around, right? So what happened? Sumagu turned around, confirmed his feelings for blue hair girl instead of main girl, right? But he still went back, right? Blue hair girl turned around and goes, okay, now I like you. We're together. Move those out of the way. Now that that's left off, you can just take the main guy and main girl, turn around the main girl, go, okay, now I have feelings for you. Cool. Let's move off together. And then you have poor what's his face all by himself. Cool. We'll make one of the little girls grow up to his age, so now those two can get together, and then they're perfect off. Oh wait, what about this one girl? We'll add a guy that likes her, and then like that'll start in the line, and then we can turn around and those two will like each other maybe at the end. Who cares about her? It went from a line to everyone now has a pair.
They just turn, like, one person turns around and is like, okay, it's no longer unrecorded.
I actually enjoyed the competition bits between Sumugu and
Kaname.
Yeah, I loved the little back talk and all the
great.
snide comments towards each other and the black coffee shit. That was great because that was an actual like problem. That was an actual complication.
That's little kid is encroaching on your woman, and you're like, dude, you don't have any chance.
Oh, Dawson, if you want to add a complication to there, add the little brother.
Oh, what's his name?
Pancho!
Oh, okay, another great joke was, like, when she reciprocated on his little love letter.
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking he was just going,
man,
we
okay.
fucking or what? And then when he goes Concho, I was like, yeah!
There we go.
So before we get into that point, because I know you have a whole issue about that.
With what?
I have 5 time skips. 4 of them you've not seen. Dawson. Eden of the East does a time skip. Gachimon Crowds does a time skip. But I can't remember the other 2 that I just figured out, like, in the time period there. But Gurren Lagann, dude.
That time skip? I can't say that time skip was better than this time skip.
I like this time.
What did that time skip do that other time skips don't do?
Okay, they opened up the characters. They created a whole new city. Okay, yeah. Okay, it's a regular time skip.
Yeah.
But I prefer that time skip so much.
Every other time skip is just like, oh, we skip forward in time, yay, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. But this one, they like did the time skip, and some characters say, and some didn't. I'm
you like the
this
fairy
is
tale
so
time
much
skip.
cooler. This is if that was done really well, and it wasn't.
Here's the thing: less characters means they
See,
can
that's
do
what
it
I like
better.
about 20th Century Boys, because the whole thing about the time skip is that the time skip is like part of the story where they're doing so many time skips.
How about that One Punch Man time skip?
There isn't a One Punch Man
I know.
time
I'm just
skip.
I was hoping you guys
guess
go,
what?
wait, what?
Guess what? That was 2 weeks ago. I get to talk about 1 this week.
Oh, nice.
Anyway, so where are we at? Are you still drawing?
I mean,
He's trying really
this
hard.
is what it looks like at the beginning of the first.
Here's the thing: we don't know about this, and okay, I will give you. We know about that one.
This works well for audio.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys know, Kaname likes Chisaki. Chisaki likes Hikari. Hikari likes Monica, and Monica likes Hikari back.
Which we don't know.
Monica is crushing on Sumugu,
And
Sumugu has a thing for Chisaki.
Yes.
So this makes a circle with one
little
love
outlier.
that is requited, and Kaname as the outlier.
It's not. It doesn't exist if no one knows about it.
Dude, you know who knows about it? Chisaki knows about it.
But that's.
No,
Wait, does she?
Sumugu knows everything.
Sumugu knows everything, and Chisaki
But they
kind
don't.
of knows
I mean,
everything.
the audience. There is no hints towards it. It doesn't exist for us.
The Sumugu one we were able to call in the first half. Because we were like,
You even thought
Yeah, I said
you
possibly.
said you
No,
thought
I gave you that.
Chisaki
Remember?
might actually.
That was one I just gave you.
Okay.
I said
Yeah.
Sumugu, fine, right? And then we have,
but
characteristically, we have poor Kaname out of the circle.
But here's the thing:
hilariously.
this becomes
Yeah,
less
like an
of
asshole.
a conga line and more of a circle.
Conga lines can go in a circle.
It's more of a circle, but there's also a. I'm still gonna say
There wasn't
that
any
there.
competition.
Okay, we're done with this.
No, I was gonna introduce characters for the second season. Or
No,
not second
we
season.
don't need to introduce those because
Second
we know
Like
exactly.
I said, those characters were introduced just to make this work.
No, Bermuda.
Or Muna. Yeah, but dude, obviously,
Muna gets the
best girl
shafts.
has to get the shaft. That's how
Dude,
it works.
I feel like I'm the Guro of romance anime, where I'm like, why isn't best girl always win?
But no, best girl does when she gets fucked by the author.
Okay,
Goddamn
I'm
it.
moving on from this conversation. Hey, Connor. Hey, Monica doesn't have love.
Monica does not have love, except she has a great time with people, and she still cares about people, and she still says she loves people,
She doesn't
and
have
she still
roman-
cries over
She
stuff.
doesn't have romantic love.
No,
yeah,
but then there's a whole
Hikari
point.
goes,
There's
"Oh,
a
I
whole-
want her to have love, so she can have the kind of love that my family has."
Yeah. he says that, and that's where it throws that argument out the window. See, the thing is, if he doesn't say that, I would have been like, okay, she has no romantic love. And then Hikary's whole point in doing this is though she can have love as a family.
He goes, oh, when you showed how much you can love your mom, that really proved it to me.
That I need to go make sure that she can love somebody as much like that.
That's what I don't want her to miss out on.
I'm thinking.
We can come back to that.
Yeah.
I don't think you can have a rebuttal for that.
Okay,
I think there's a way to.
Because I didn't hate the show. And, like, the way that turns out, that's now a nitpick for me because there was, like, hidden things, which is fine. At the time, though, like, the conga line was terrible. I hated it. And I'm not backing down on that one. That was garbage. But second half did get a lot better. I do have quite a few, like, nitpicks, though. First of all, like, I almost dropped down a ranking when Hikari, like, reacted to her losing her memories. That was such a trope, for one thing, right? He starts crying, he runs off, he unnecessarily shoves one of the characters, right? Yeah. And then you go, okay, where are you running?
And then,
look where he ran, right to the sea god's shrine as he was running to an unspecific area.
Yeah, I mean, okay, also this world works under different rules than our world works in. Dude, there's a sea god.
No,
The sea god's gone.
So by other rules,
god.
do you mean when you're really sad and you're running away, you'll randomly run into a physical shrine that's always been there?
Dude, he has an attraction to the water and to the ocean, and
They
he's not running
didn't
to
hint
the
at that.
ocean, so he makes it to the shrine, the
They
closest
just
thing
jump
there
in
is.
the ocean. Okay,
He can still get to the city.
I'm not gonna complain about that one because that's just his nitpick, but
But that was such a big thing.
no. See,
Why would he do that?
You're nitpicking about are you nitpicking about how he ends up at the shrine, or that how he just shoves one of the girls down?
No, I'm nitpicking at, like, the reason he runs off to God knows where. Because, okay, fine, she lost her memories, you're really emotional. You're gonna run off. We'll run off to, like, a corner of the school. It's, like, 5 feet away where no one can find you.
Okay,
I
have you
actually
ever had strong enough emotions that you've run away from something?
No.
I ran halfway across the park that's in front of my house, and I went, shit, I'm probably gonna get kidnapped, so I walked back.
Okay, because I got on a bike and I rode in circle for hours. And
Okay, I guess that's just something that I don't deal with because I don't get that trope of something emotional happens, immediately just run away. Like, because for me, I just sit there and let the awkwardness happen.
I have the strongest flight reflex of anyone I know. Like, fight or flight, I have an insanely strong flight reflex. So if anything happens, I just run.
Okay,
and get out of there.
You don't know this,
So
but we
as
have to cut this episode every so often because every time Dawson gets a little bit scared, he runs out the door.
Yeah.
You don't understand how much editing I have to do.
It's ridiculous, guys.
Every time we confront him about a thing that we don't like in him, like, you know that part earlier where we were just confronting him about that whole thing about the love part? He just ran out for a minute.
Yeah, I wasn't
He
quiet
ran
because I
back
was
with a piece of
thinking.
paper and a pencil.
But anyway, I don't know. I just don't understand that trope. And when he did that, I mean, I didn't have as much as a nitpick as he did, but I could understand where he's coming from.
Well, it's because I actually enjoyed him as a character, and that was an annoying thing for him to do.
Yeah.
The shoving was stupid, too.
I thought the twist was, oh no, Monica has lost her ability to love. I thought that was the twist.
And
That was the twist.
And it's still...
Honestly, I don't know what twist Connor was talking about.
Oh yeah,
Because in my mind, because we never confirmed that.
Yeah, because here's the thing. I don't remember because he kept going like, oh, the twist at that part is so amazing. You're like, what twist?
Because for me, the twist was the fact that
they time skipped and
if you had stopped at episode 12, and the way they did the time skip was the twist for me. Because the way they set it up in episode 12, everyone's going to go to sleep. Yeah. Or nobody's going to go to sleep. One of the two is going to happen.
Man, she just gets the shaft there because she's like, oh, my friends are all sleeping. I'm just going to wait on land until they wake up.
Yep. I'm just going to chill here.
She could have easily just went back to sleep. But
no, she couldn't.
Who?
Shisaki? Yeah, why?
Dude,
there was no time limit on, like, they had to sleep by that point. They just said, oh, we'll end up sleeping at that point.
Yeah, we won't all sleep together. It was probably because she thought they were dead, not that they...
No, because they kept saying, oh, they're just sleeping.
Yeah, why would you say that? Why would you keep saying that?
Because they were actually just...
Because you think they're potentially dead.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have to reassure yourself.
I don't know.
Also, because I'm assuming there's various reasons that kept her out of the sea.
Yeah, Kasumagu.
Yeah, Kasumagu.
Man,
And also,
she had
Kaname has such a
responsibilities.
great moment where he just goes like, I knew you never
No,
liked
she
me.
had no one to live with, and I don't know.
also they'd been eating, so
It would have taken her a
their
while.
ENA hadn't built up as much as the adults had. Like, the adults fell asleep because they fell asleep. But part of the reason the kids fell asleep is because they were subject to such a, like, sudden violent surge of sea god, not sea god energy, but
No, we're gonna call it sea god energy.
I'm just gonna go with that.
No, it's emotions. Oh, can I read a great quote that I had to record?
It's just like trauma.
Okay, go for
when
it.
they fell asleep.
All right, Miru-chan helped me, and then all my lost feelings came back to me like breathing. That's because my ENA is shouting that I love Hikari. Yes, just like breathing, not only my feelings, but everyone's feelings came into my heart. Explaining why Monica didn't die in the water.
Did that happen?
Okay, I'm gonna go back to this. I'd rather have one of two things happened, which would have made this anime better. A, they never found Monica. I would have liked that this anime so much better. B, if Monica sacrificed herself at the end, I'd like that so much better.
I hate the sacrifice is such a stupid.
No, but I'd rather. See,
Real
that's what I
quick,
prefer.
adding to my argument of like everything just turned around and flipped around. Remember how it was such a tragic tale that the sea goddess didn't love him back?
Yeah.
Oh wait, now she loves him back.
The reason why.
Oh, the old guy knowing the rest of the story.
Yeah.
The old guy was a bro, by the way.
He's just like, dude, just bang my son already.
Just do it.
And not my son, my grandson.
Okay, did the people like in that story not look like the? Okay, remember how there was like the mom carrying two kids' hands? Did sea god? Did that not look like the two mains?
Hickory and Monica.
Oh yeah, no, it totally.
What
did.
the hell was that?
That was purposeful.
That's purposeful.
What does it mean?
It
It's
means
just how
that-
connected to the sea they are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, see, I love this because it's come around where, like, everything
Wait,
he
so are
brings
they
up...
incest?
No.
Because
No.
those were like, what if those were their parents?
No,
No.
that's not. That happened a long time
Then
ago.
why do they look so similar?
Anyway, I love the part that me and you, like, anything that's not the ending, me and you are easily agreeing on. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep going.
Okay, keep going.
I made this list. I'm checking it twice. Okay.
Yay, Christmas time! It's past Thanksgiving, so Christmas can be talked about.
Alright, let's see. They still have that bullshit where people are always super passive and then at the worst possible times break out their feelings. But
That
that's like a
happens
constant
to,
thing.
like,
So,
actual
yeah.
people, though.
Yeah,
I
I've
put
had that.
I put a note here.
Real.
Realistic but infuriating.
Yep. Yep.
See, I love this. How this is the reverse of last week, 2 weeks ago, where I started off really angry, and now Connor is like not as angry, but just reading off on a list.
Just like
Also, I thought it was a hilarious scene when Sumigu and the blue-haired girls are talking,
yeah.
and then it goes to Kaname peeking, and then there's someone else peeking on him.
Oh,
the blonde
dude,
girl.
I thought that was great.
That was hilarious.
It's like him talking to her and then back out, and it just keeps going.
I wanted it to just be the whole cast at that point.
The
They might
entire
as well
cast,
just
like,
gone, fuck it.
Looking
We're
at
doing
each
this
other.
much. I already talked about how I didn't really like the ex-Bratz romance.
Oh, Chisaki got drunk. That was great.
Yeah,
she didn't.
That was actual alcohol.
No,
That's
no, because
it zooms in
because
on the label.
Sumigu grabs the bottle and it says non-alcoholic.
It goes wine. It's plum
Plum
juice
juice
without so whatever.
Yeah, soichi, which
Does
is
it?
alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah, they zoom into it because we know Gekon Shoujo. We know for a fact they couldn't use actual
This
alcohol.
is like too low.
Okay.
This is too low of a rating to like.
Okay.
We've watched Gekon Shoujo.
I don't care. Anytime
No, that's what I said.
characters drink something
No,
that isn't alcohol, but is alcohol, like it has the effects of alcohol, but it technically isn't
Andrew,
alcohol.
did I not message you this exact thing? I
I
go, hey,
ch-
look, check that off Dawson's book. They're drinking alcohol. Bonus points, it's not real alcohol.
I
And then
always
she wakes
choose
up-
to
She
believe.
wakes up and she just goes, "Wow, I don't have a hangover. I must be a really good drinker."
And I love how the
Because she's
slimiest
not
character is
drunk.
like, why are you getting her drunk, though?
I know.
No.
I always choose to believe it's actually alcohol. Regardless
No,
of the
but
fact,
it's
even if
it's
stuff isn't
Sumagu.
alcohol,
Sumagu grabbing it. Do you think he is that irresponsible, that morally bad to grab actual alcohol? I don't believe so.
I don't care. I
Okay.
always will choose to believe it's actual alcohol.
Building up on a previous point with the blonde characters and their romance, why is she in love with him?
Oh, her?
Yeah.
It's like...
She saw him 5 years ago, she had a crush for a few days, and then he went away for 5 years.
No, because they were there. They were on land for like a month. That
Okay.
was like a month.
Yeah, they spent a lot of time working on the stuff together, and she developed a crush, and then he just disappears. And a lot of kids, especially at that age, are going to hang on to something like that for a long time. Some people bounce back and forth between different crushes, and other people are going to hang on to something for years.
That's the point. I don't mind because I understand that feeling. I'm just like liking a girl.
Segue.
Yes.
I hated, and this is a personal thing, you don't have to agree with me this, but with me on this, I hated how much they still did the thing where they took Kitty Love and go, look how amazing and beautiful this is. This is important. This is like our conflict that we need to like show how important it is. And I understand that for the characters it is.
Yeah.
Right? But there is a fucking apocalypse going on in the background. Now, here's the good thing. Here's the good thing. Or is there? Because this little detail almost saved the show for me.
Huh.
When they wake up and they go, oh, we were just hibernating because we didn't want them fucking our girls anymore.
Yeah.
Was that not like a part they said?
Yeah.
That wasn't actually going to happen. They were just hibernating until everyone else went away so they would wake up and there wouldn't be as much crossbreeding afterwards.
They said that when they hibernated, Connor, they said, why should we go to hibernate now? Like, the disaster's not going to happen until decades from this point, maybe even centuries. And then they go, well, we don't want to lose any more of our women, so we're going to go to hibernation now to prevent that. They said that in the first half. When they're first deciding on hibernating, they said that.
That explains it a lot better than I was thinking.
Also,
I love that.
What I would like to believe, this is never explained, so it's not canon at all, but I kind of think of a lot of time, is I feel like this world just has really long winter-summer cycles.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they go for years between winter and summer, and spring and fall and stuff like that. So this is just a natural hibernation cycle for them that's going to happen every once in a while.
But they said a few times this is summer. Like, oh, it's summer, why is it so cold?
Even Monica knows, like, wait, it's summer, why is there snow?
Yeah, I still...
Okay, can we go on a little gravity tangent just for... Or not gravity,
you guys
some physics tangent just for some fun?
I'll let you guys talk about gravity.
Okay, physics is great! There is a scene where a girl crunches on Pocky and snaps Pocky underwater. And this isn't underwater Pocky. She either got it from the surface or barged into one of the underwater people's house and stole it, okay? Because they're all asleep at this point.
So, here's the thing I want to point out. Me and Connor, as the more engineering-based majors here, are complaining about the physics while Dawson was the...
But it is bad at points.
Okay, I complained about the physics in Classroom Crisis.
I know, I'm just making a joke here.
I have decided people will always ignore physics if they really like the show to begin with.
Like Berserk.
Exactly.
But Berserk has pseudophysics.
No,
and
we are not going back onto Berserk.
Can't talk about Berserk.
Come on, man.
We will talk about...
He used his sword as a plane wing to like guide himself back down to the ground.
No,
that was great. Okay, anyways. Tell me that wasn't great.
Stop with the Berserk
Tell me that wasn't fucking amazing abuse of physics.
I'm sorry, but stop.
Okay, anyways. Speaking of abuses of physics, if you are floating in the water and you land on the ground will not add to your speed unless you are already... It won't add to your speed. The only explanation for like some of the shit that happened is like on every time Hikari hits the cliff is, oh, he was already accelerating. But he wasn't. He gains a burst of speed as soon as he hits the ground and slips down, almost panicking at the new speed. It happens twice. It happened again at the end.
I feel like they just used the same scene over.
He used it as momentum the second time to get a running start. Like when he's going to like crash into the electric thing.
Okay.
He hits the ground and it slides super fast so they can get running momentum on the ground. Also physics. Why can they freely float in water without doing anything, and yet they can constantly push off the ground by walking and still be cemented to the ground? And then there was one more thing, besides the whole fire underwater thing. Oh, the worst offender of all.
Because here's, like, I would say weighted clothes, but then at the same time, I don't know. I got nothing.
Here is the worst thing.
I don't know how
they should
underwater
explain
physics
that
works.
if there are weighted clothes. The worst thing is when Hikari is crying and his tears turn into bubbles. Right? And I go, that's weird. Why the hell are his tears bubbles? Oh, maybe those people just cry bubbles, right? It has to do with their Enna or something. No, there are also tears running to the ground and hitting the ground underwater when he's crying.
I'd have to watch the scene again to say something about that.
I got nothing, dude.
For them floating in water?
Pseudo.
The reason they do this...
Okay, the thing is, halfway through the show, I gave up and stopped commenting about it because all I have to say is pseudo water physics.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm going to defend Classroom Crisis for its pseudo space physics,
you can't knock this for...
Yeah, it's me being a hypocrite. I'm not going to even comment.
Yeah. If you like a show, you can ignore its bad physics.
But you can have magnet boots in like a space world. Isn't that more of a like accepted thing?
Yeah.
Magnet boots aren't really a thing
I don't know, because I was
underwater.
just watching the Soma stuff.
I choose not to believe in magnet boots.
I was watching...
I don't believe in magnets.
Fucking magnets, how do they work? Stop lying to us.
I can't explain this.
No, dude, don't you know how magnets work, dude? They're rocks that are buried underground. And
No,
then
they're
dig
fucking
up...
miracles. No, shut up, they're miracles.
No, listen to me. It's rocks buried underneath the ground, and you dig it up so fast, it still has some of the gravity left inside of it.
No, you're lying to us. You're part of the Institute. Have you seen the like insane clown posse thing? No? Alright, fine.
I
it's
guess.
great.
But anyway, I don't know. I don't know how pseudo water physics works because I just watched a whole video about Soma, and that guy's just walking on the bottom of the ocean. So I don't know. I don't know how.
Oh, I'm sure there's an explanation. Video games always love their like pseudo explanations for shit. They love babbling all day. It goes, oh, that works because of this.
I love a good pseudo explanation.
All right, what else do we have? That was pretty fun. Oh, I have a few like just funny questions. Does pointless CPR count as Yuri if it's two girls?
No, it's CPR.
But
it will spawn a Yuri ship,
yeah,
but it doesn't count as
because
Yuri.
I did see a bunch of people were like, wait, is this the new ship? Oh, wait, no, that's just CPR.
But CPR, that doesn't work because she has Emma.
Emma?
Yeah, so CPR wouldn't work on her.
Wait, who are we talking about here?
Monica.
It's when they thought Monica didn't have Anna, so she tried to do CPR, but then she does have Anna, so the CPR was totally useless.
She tried to do CPR on Hickory, too. It's just like her knee-jerk response.
Yeah, but she has...
No, Muna did the CPR on Hickory.
Oh, who did CPR
I thought Muna
on
did
Monica?
it on Monica.
No, because this is after Muna goes down to the bottom of the ocean. It's Chisaki who does the CPR.
People like attempting to give CPR.
That CPR is Showman sample. Soon here.
No spoilers. Alright. Oh, I love the mention of wanting to protect that smile for a second time.
Okay. Let me say something
Do it
about
for him.
Let me say something about
No.
cliches.
It was later. It was after that. There was one who was like, I want to protect his smile. And later it's Hickory going, I wanted to protect her smile.
Do it for him.
Let me say something really quick about cliches. A cliche is created when something works really well. And then it's later overused. But that doesn't mean it can't be used well after.
I'm not complaining. I just think it's funny. That is a funny-ass saying for me. I want to protect that smile.
Honestly, I really want to know the first occurrence of that.
Like, what are you going to do? Fight in a war? No. Okay. Anyways. Let's see. The climactic... Oh, I thought it was kind of out of character for this kind of show to do, like, a climactic explosion, screaming, him pounding on the, like, membrane thing at the end. You know what I mean? Did that kind of feel out of character for you guys as well?
When did this happen?
When it's him and Muna at the end?
When she's on there and he's, like, throwing himself at it and he's pounding.
And there's, like, fire and flames and everything's exploding. It's like, is this really the kind of show that would happen in?
I thought it was a lot different than a lot of stuff they showed, but I really liked it.
It was okay.
Like, I'm swimming out of it, and the whole thing, like, light
It would
spiraling.
be a really hard thing to, like, change that, because they needed to deal with the whole, like, gods and the water and everything. I just thought that was a little weird for this kind of show. This seems like a show where, like, it should be, let's work out our problems, because there's so much melodrama early on that it's kind of weird when, like, there's actual, like, stuff going on. You know what I mean?
If Monica stayed, like, sacrificed, it would have been
None of this would have happened.
And then I would have really liked it, because I like
That was a cool dream. I enjoyed, like, Hikari's guilt dream over that.
That's a nice dream.
His little guilt. Yeah, that was really cool.
I don't, like, the thing is, I don't, like, okay, Anohana had me in tears.
Yeah.
But this had me bawling, like, towards that end, where I was like, it's, like, I was, like, and it was stuff that I was like, I don't understand why my tears are flowing, but they just are.
They are.
I had a lot less romances in high school. I think that's what it is, but I don't, like, when it comes to melodrama and people going, oh, they don't like me back, I don't, like, care all that much.
I had too much of that, and I'm super apathetic for it. But I'm like Muna's the best character, one of the best written characters I've read or like watched.
Yeah.
But I feel like we're petering out. Are you almost done with your list?
Yeah, I just like watching stuff.
Oh,
where
I also
other people do that sort of stuff because I find it interesting, but I don't actually like being a part of it myself.
Mm-hmm.
So by watching it, I can watch this happen, and I can see that and feel like I get to understand these things.
I like how
when I don't actually have to.
Okay, with them. Let's go to our final
I like
thoughts.
how Kaname, who's constantly in the background and constantly kind of the self-sacrificing character, ends up having to turn around and go, okay, I guess I'll try with you. He's the only person who has to do that. Everyone else is happy with who they got.
Except for Muna!
Muna is not part of this anymore.
Muna never had a chance from the beginning, and I thought that was pretty obvious.
I felt that she had a chance in that last episode, and then I was like, yes. And then they didn't have that conversation I wanted.
One more thing I wanted to talk about. Sumugu does not exist. There is no person that is so absolutely devoid of any sense of humor that I know.
Well,
he could have been like that dude in Battle Royale.
That's
There's a guy in Battle Royale where when he was born,
is that just a Japanese thing?
There was something wrong with his head where like he like a part of his skull like accidentally flicked up or like when he was born he flicked up and then it affected his brain where like a sense of an emotion was.
But
so then he didn't have any emotions.
He has emotion. He doesn't show his emotions, but he has like kind of guilt and he has like aspirations and he feels bad about stuff.
I know, but he could have just been born without like a certain emotion,
like a sense of humor. I guess
just a loss of apathy.
I don't think that's what it is. I think he's just
a loss of empathy.
They just took a character that is somebody who hides their emotions and doesn't show them very often and is bad at showing them. And when they do show them, they do it in a very sincere way and just kind of took that and pushed it, exaggerated it a little further. I mean, they don't do that with like all the characters. They kind of did that with a lot of their characters, actually.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people complaining. He's like, oh, he has no emotion and stuff. And he does show emotions later, but I never see him like crack a joke. The closest thing he did was like the bitter coffee thing, and I was like, okay, that's really good. Right? But he never breaks down. Like, bad shit's happening to him, too. Like,
yeah.
Oh, and another point where he sort of shows emotion, but, like, every character does this, and it pisses me off. When does it become an acceptable thing to go, I like you, and then grab them and crush them in your arms until they, like, push you away?
Oh,
okay.
That... Yeah, I have problems with that.
You heard my problems when I first said it. If she had no feelings for him and he was totally wrong, that would have been a totally different scenario.
That is because he comes back later and goes, no, tell me you actually like me.
Yeah.
And that's only because Kaname is like, no, she totally has a thing for you. Just do it again. Maybe she'll accept it this time.
I had a girl... I told you about this, but I had a girl whose friend did that to me. She goes, oh no, you should totally try again. No, that was so wrong.
Bad decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had people tell me that, but I didn't go to the lengths of hugging them and just not letting go.
It wasn't even a friend that I knew. It was just her
feel like
friend.
Those are just Japanese
told me
things.
that. Just Japanese.
Anyway, let's get to final thoughts.
A lot of Japanese romances can be... this isn't just Japanese romance. A lot of romances in general will have one character, specifically a male, oftentimes, being, like, awkwardly aggressive, to the point where considering that the other person has a thing for them, it's fine. But if they didn't, it would be really weird.
Yeah.
So it's
a thing.
it's not even a cultural thing. It's just something a lot of romances.
So, final thoughts. I will start with final thoughts, and then I'll move to Connor, and then I'll end with Dawson because he's the more positive one of us.
Yeah.
Final thoughts is I really like this show for its moments, and it had really good moments, and Monica literally ruined this show for me. That's that. Muna is probably one of the best written characters I've seen. I think she's probably one of the best anime characters, up there in favorite female characters.
I was so excited when she got Enna. My hype was the first time I saw that. I was like, yeah. I know.
I liked it when the first person got Enna,
and then when Sumi
because they were an outlier. Okay, moving on to my point. I feel like I expected stuff from this that it didn't want to give in the first place. Like I should have been. I don't know. For example, I wish there would have been a moral going, oh, if you're 16, right, and you have love for someone, like
you get Enna.
It's like it's constantly known, like, or at least semi-agreed on that, like, when you're 16, you don't really understand love, or when you're under that age, you don't really understand like what love is. So it's not like a huge deal, and like you'll be able to move past that eventually, right? Mm. And that's sort of what they kind of went with Best Girl at the end, right? She's kind of going to move on, and I do agree that they should have had a moment talking about that, right? But it passes its own morals, and it's like a lot of, they have nice stuff happen, and everything is connected. You can understand the connections everywhere. To a point, it almost feels cliche. But again, there's points I don't like the moral that, oh, if you drown yourself, you'll get Enna. So good job, drown yourself to solve your problems, guys.
And Dawson, take us out of the park.
I think this show is great. I didn't want to spend the whole time gushing about it. I thought it'd be more interesting to listen to what you guys had to say specifically.
I think I took up the first 10, 15, and then he took up the rest hour.
This isn't my show.
Also,
no, you took up the first 30, Andrew.
Yeah. Also,
I think when we started going on time skips, I stepped away for a bit.
Yeah.
But keep going.
But yeah, the farther I get away from watching a show, regardless of how much I like it, the less I remember about it very, very quickly increases.
Well,
so
you have really bad memory.
Much as I remember, all I remember is the way I felt when I watched this show, and I slowly forget plot details more and more and more, and all I remember is how I felt when I was watching it.
Mm-hmm.
So this show, the first time I watched it, I thought it was okay. And the second time I rewatched it recently, I was like, hell yeah, I love this. This is so much better the second time through.
So the second time you watch it, you'll go online and defend it on Reddit.
I can't do that because I don't remember plot details well enough to actually structure confident-sounding arguments.
Well, I'm glad you let us shoot shit at your show for a bit.
But yeah.
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 And now
I have more of these to show you in the future.
Well, I'm excited for those.
I'll never have any of you watch.
I mean,
okay,
honestly, Dawson, it could have been a lot worse.
So
it could have been so much worse than this.
You're so lucky about this, but sometime over our Christmas break, you're just not going to be on one of the episodes. It's just going to be me, Dawson, and my friend Jay talking about White Album 2. Oh, if you want to sit in on that,
I'll just watch the video afterwards.
I'm just saying, if you're welcome to sit in on that, or you don't have to say anything. You can just hear us talk about it and see what happens. But anyway, because I've decided we're gonna do that over break because it's just a lot easier.
Yeah.
To do that over break, and since we're getting a guest star online, hopefully I could get him to come on and da-da-da-da.
Guest star.
Anyway.
Guest star.
We need viewers for a guest star.
Technically, it's a guest.
Yeah, it'll just be a guest.
A guest who's a friend, and technically one of our subscribers. He's a subscriber.
Oh, he is. Hey.
Sorry, one of our subs. Anyway, hey, if you subscribe to us, you could be on the podcast at some point, maybe.
If we already know you,
and we're comfortable talking to you.
They don't need to know that. Anyway, moving on. Tangenting. We have a lot to talk about because it's been 2 weeks.